guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will have a presentation again, and good morning for you if you watch it at morning, and good afternoon for you if you watch it at afternoon, and good evening for you if you watch it at evening. Also good night to you if you watch it at night. So today, welcome to my YouTube channel again. As usual, I will present it to you about my practice of extensive reading. Special welcome for my lecturer, Mem Rara. Hello, Mem Rara. Hope you enjoy it and hope you always stay happy and healthy. Today, I will present about the novel of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. Let's get started for my presentation. I have read The Count of Monte Cristo. The author is Alexandre Dumas and the publisher is Immortal. The number of pages is 1200 pages and the genre or theme is historical novel and adventure. And let's get started with the main character first. Edmond Dantes. Dantes was an intelligent, honest, and loving guy who turned sour and vengeful after his framed for a criminal offense, and he does no longer commit. Dantes is an awesome character, able to discover the buried treasure on the island of Monte Cristo, and so he buys the island. He becomes the Count of Monte Cristo and dedicates himself to become a good avenging angel, and the rest of his life is spent at first performing acts of goodness and charity for the good people and whom he has known. Then he devotes his life to bringing about God's retribution against the evil people who were responsible for his imprisonment. And I think the largest portion of the novel deals with his unique methods of effecting this revenge against his enemies and who became suring during Dante's 14 years of imprisonment is very powerful and very wealthy people. Next, I will move on to the supporting characters. Mercedes. Mercedes is Dante's beautiful and good fiancée. So Mercedes marries another man, Fernand Mondego. While Dantes is in prison, she never stopped loving Dantes. Mercedes is one of the few whom Dantes both punishes for her disloyalty and rewards for her enduring love and underlying goodness. And next is Lord Wilmore, the identity of an eccentric English nobleman that Dantes assumes when committing acts of random generosity. Lord Wilmore contrasts sharply with Monte Cristo, who is associated with Dante's acts of bitterness and cruelty. Appropriately, Monte Cristo cites Lord Wilmore as one of his enemies. Next is Abbe Busoni, another of Dante's false personas, and the disguise of Abbe Busoni on Italian prize and helped Dantes gain the trust of the people whom the Count was to manipulate because the name connotes religious of the authority. And then Abbe Faria, a priest and brilliant thinker whom Dantes meets in prison. Abbe Faria becomes Dante's intellectual father. During their many years as prisoner, he teaches Dantes history, science, art, and many languages, and he then bequeaths to Dantes his vast hidden fortune. Abbe Faria is the most important catalyst in Dante's transformation into the vengeful Count of Monte Cristo. And then I will move to Fernand Mondego. Fernand Mondego was Dante's rival for Mercedes' affections. Mondego helped in framing Dantes for treason, and then marries Mercedes and himself when Dantes is imprisoned through acts of treachery, and Mondego becomes a wealthy and powerful man and takes on the name of Count de Morcerf. He is the first victim from Dante's vengeance. So, this novel have so many supporting character, and I have mentioned the important character, the important supporting character. In my presentation, I don't mention all of the supporting character because is it too many, and the duration will be so long, and I have to move on to the summary. The summary. Set in Marseille, the story begins in February 1815 when a ship, the Pharaon, comes into the dock, led by Edmond Dantes, the first mate after they lost their captain at sea. It becomes obvious from the start that Edmond is a popular young man with the majority of the crew. Within hours of Edmond returns to the shore, the three men are seen sipping wine together, conspiring against Edmond. Jealousy does silly things to people. And before we know it, Dantes is being arrested at his engagement dinner and imprisoned for the crime of being a Bonapartist and for treason. Dantes has no idea what is going on, although he does know that he is not guilty and therefore convinces himself that everything will resolve itself and he will soon be back with his loved ones. As if going to the prison for a crime he has not committed was not unjust enough. And shortly after arriving, Dantes is sent to the dungeons where he remains without exercise, reading material or any social interaction, and simply because he asked to speak to the governor in order to try and clear up what he quite rightly thought was a grave mistake. And unbeknown to Dantes at the time, he was betrayed for a second time by the local magistrate Villefort, while he believed that Villefort was going to help prove his innocence, and he was in actual fact doing the exact opposite. If Villefort declared that Dantes was not guilty of treason, he would have been jeopardizing those closest to him after years of being subjected to the confines of his cell. And Dantes believed that the only way out is to slowly kill himself. Okay, and let's move on to my personal comments of this novel. After I read this novel, I think it was a thrilling story in a classic jacket, so it's going to be worthy. Everything about it feels so long, from the words to the sentences to the scans. The Count of Monte Cristo made me happy as a pig in a plot. The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas contains a fantastic whirlwind of unforgettable characters and interweaving storylines that left me awestruck and yearning for an even deeper glimpse into this world of treachery, romance, adventure, and mystery. I like beat fact books. I wish to challenge myself to read this book, and this book is a distinctly witty as it is overflowing charisma and has nestled its way to a special place in my heart as one of my favorite novels of all time. And the novel starts out with a scenic overlook of an Italian waterway in Marseille. Some of the plots were very convoluted, while this did lend itself well to the Count's intricate plotting. I would occasionally get to a chapter and say, what? A few times, and I tried to reorient myself with chapter summaries online, but stopped after it became difficult to avoid spoilers. The Count was originally serialized, which attributed to the fact as to why there are so many plot twists, turns, and cliffhanger in this story. Dumas had to hold his reader interest so that the newspaper would keep on publishing his book. So if the Count starts to feel like a soap opera as you are reading, you know why. I was amazed by how authentically Dumas interwove the historical and political context as well as the atmosphere of his chosen location into the narrative. I would recommend this book to anyone looking to fall in love with not only a menagerie of unforgettable characters, but to a reader who is looking to fall headfirst into a world that they will find themselves cherishing forever. And I found some difficult vocabularies. They call sepulchral, something that reminds you of death, as adjective, and beseech, it is a verb, and ask for, this is mean ask for or request earnestly, and somnolence, this is a noun, it means a sleepy state, and allay, this is a verb, it's mean want to make something better or eliminate fears and concerns. So this is my presentation. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy it. Bye. Oh, I forget it. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to ask me in the comment section. Thank you.